Oh, hey, vinyl community, and welcome YouTubers from everywhere. Got a question for you. What do you think is the first record, the first tune I ever heard on a radio station that led me to calling the radio station to find out what that record was and who was on that record? Going to show you that record. That particular record has another thing that was interesting about it. After I called and found out, I went to the record store and bought that record, and it was one of the best sounding records in my collection. That's another little part of the story, and that's just the beginning, so stay tuned. Well, did you guess it? Stephen Graffelli and the Diz Dizzly Trio, Violinspiration. I'd never heard of them before. This was new to me, even though he had been around forever. And the name of the tune they were playing was Ain't Misbehavin'. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Fats Waller, and I heard Ain't Misbehavin', but I'd never heard it played like that before, so I called that radio station. Well, I went down, I got this record. Was one of the best records in my collection that I had for sound quality. Not this record, because I thought that record was so great my dad would love it. I sent it to him for Christmas that year, and I went down to the store and bought me another copy. It didn't sound near as good. And that's part of this story that I've told before. If you get one of those records that was probably in the first 1,000 that were pressed, they sound fantastic. If you get one after they'd stamped about 10,000 of them out, they don't sound so good. So this one sounds pretty good. But when we got back into vinyl and we had the Discogs and the internet and all that, I did a little bit more research. So I ordered me a copy of this one. This is the German press on BASF vinyl. They may have used the same stampers that they did on the American. This is an excellent sounding record, but of course my ear memory is probably not that good, so I'm happy with this record, but I don't recall him sounding as good as they used to. I love the tunes on here. The Diz Dizzly Trio I was not familiar with either. He's an outstanding guitarist, and they're an outstanding group. So that piqued my interest in Stephen Graffelli, and he's one of those guys that now you can find. He recorded lots of records, and you can find lots of them, if not in the dollar bin, for very close to that. Well, those of you that say, yeah, I still don't know very much about that guy, but here's Stephen Graffelli with David Grisman. A lot of you string players, you know who David Grisman is. This record, 1981, recorded live at the Berkeley School of Music, or at their auditorium. Also on violin is Mark O'Connor, and they got a few other good people playing with them here. They play some great of the old-time tunes, Shine, Pinned Up, House, Misty, Sweet Georgia Brown, Tiger Rags, Out and Doll Swing, and a medley. Now, as you all know, Sweet Georgia Brown, one of my favorite tunes. record for $1. Yeah, this one had to pay, it's of course a promo copy, had to pay $3 for this one. But you see a record cover, it looks like this. And this record's from 1978, and he was 70 years old when he recorded this. What do you think this is? This almost has to be a disco record, doesn't it? That's a disco cover if I ever saw one. Yeah, well, this is sorry to disappoint you, but this is not disco. Going to play just one little tune off of this, a fairly short version of it, just so that you can hear the diversity of the kind of stuff he played. Title track, Uptown Dance. Almost a little funk in there, wasn't there? And in case you didn't guess it, that was the ubiquitous Ron Carter on bass. During those era, he was just about on everybody's record, and it made every one of them better. Well, we like those string players, don't we? So how about let's put together Stephen with a great guitarist, Barney Kessel. Limehouse Blues, 1972. Look at that nice label there. Got a second copy. These real nice condition. Paid $1 for them. Jump on the bandwagon, folks. Most of you probably know why Stephen Graffelli was so famous and how he got his start. Of course, he got his start playing with Django Reinhardt and the Hot Club of France. This record here, 1964, these are all 78s that are coming out These records been issued many different times in different combinations with different covers. Again, pick up a record like that for $1, but the oldest of his records I have is this record. I mean the earliest one issued in LP, not the performance. This was a 1962 recording, OG in France, and this is the U.S. reissue in 1976. The nice thing about this record is that he's put together a group to play like the Hot Club of France played, and of course we have a good modern recording that's good sounding. Now, he was born in 2008 and died in 97. He had a long career, made a ton of records. One of the famous records of Django Reinhardt on that other record, on this record, is called Nuages. You know, as a farm boy from Kansas, we might say New Ages. Nuages. Nuage, maybe in French, I don't know. I'm guessing that probably means nuance, nuances. So I say, keep 'em spinning and watch out for those nuances.
Happy trails.